Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Hat in My Time. I'm Drunken Dan still.
Hey Dan, could you imagine if you had like say 2 circuits on a major fighting game, and then suddenly in the course of a week you had none?
Oh man, that'd be crazy, especially if Nintendo or Panda were involved.
I don't know if you kept up with this because it's got somehow even more fucky within the last 24 hours.
How the fuck did it get more fucky?
All right. So finally, the Panda C. I forget if we've actually talked about this on recording because it's all happening so fast. All right. So long story short, I'm sure people probably already know, but so there were 2 major circuits in Smash Brothers that were happening sort of simultaneously. That we had what was called the Smash World Tour, which was grassroots, done by a bunch of people who have been in the community for years, and then there was the Panda Cup, which was licensed by Nintendo and was in cooperation with Panda, the esports team. So, long story short, suddenly on like the first week of December, Panda or Smash World Tour just put out a tweet that said, "Yeah, Smash World Tour is cancelled, and also for next year." Well, the finals were cancelled, which was supposed to happen this month, and then next year's there's just no events running under their banner at all. And they put out a thing that basically accused the Panda CEO of, or the at the time CEO, he's resigned now, but accused him of basically threatening tournament organizers with, if you don't sign up with us, you will be shut down. And yeah, so they accused him and Nintendo of talking to them about getting a license, and then suddenly out of nowhere they said, no, you can't have a license, and also you can't operate without a license. So yeah, it got all fucky. Panda and Nintendo both put out statements that were weird, because they were like, oh yeah, well, Nintendo was like, oh yeah, we denied them a license, but we never said they couldn't run, apart from when they kind of did.
Except for the part where we did tell them they couldn't run.
Yeah, except for the part where they did say.
The part where we threatened them like the Mafia.
I guess technically they never said they couldn't run. They just said if they did run, they did run the tournament, there would be consequences.
Hey, I'm just saying, basically. You probably want our protection money, or there could be some problems.
So this all kicked off. About like 80% of Panda staff quit and resigned after Panda's statement came out, which basically said, "Oh yeah, our CEO did have a negative interaction with I think it was Summit, the tournament, that they basically confirming yes, he did threaten them." And he has then that CEO has then resigned, and now he's put out his own statement where he has essentially accused key members of the community of accusing Smash World Tour of intentionally sabotaging their own tournament and costing themselves thousands of dollars.
This is all part
also
of our plan.
for martyrdom, I guess, and also his statement was really fucking weird. Like he says he got doxxed, and if he did, that's shitty, shouldn't happen. And then everything else in his statement seems like blatant lies because other people have come in with evidence. Like he said, "Oh, Smash World Tour didn't book the venue for their final, for the final. So maybe they were planning to just cancel it." And it's like people showed them, "No, look, here's the book information. They booked it." And it's like, why lie about something like that?
Man, I believe him as much as I believe Tommy Tellerico.
And then yeah, just a whole so his statement came out, and then fuckloads of big people in the communities just came out and were like, "All right, no, fuck this. We're just gonna shit on this guy now," and had massive Twitter feed or Twitter, or Twitlongers, whatever, saying about all of the shitty things he'd done, or the poor interactions they'd had. So it's just been crazy. In the Smash Brothers world, nice to have a controversy that's not gonna get
normal controversy, and not your typical. And then they touched a child. That's been the fucking threshold we've been at for a while now.
Well, we were only at the threshold for the big one time. It just a lot of it all came out at once.
I mean, they didn't kill anybody. They didn't send any taunts to the police about how they'll never understand their goals.
No.
My goals are beyond your understanding.
No, they didn't quite go full Ezra Miller, which
Yet.
it is a bit. It's something. We should all be thankful that we don't go full Ezra Miller.
Never go full Ezra Miller.
So yeah, that's been like the big story for me this week. It is incredible how much this has exploded and imploded, and like how easily predictable it was on like both sides, depending on who you believe. Personally, I think the CEO is not completely full of shit, but mostly full of shit.
I can't believe you'd even doubt him for a second. He's been so genuine.
Okay,
I mean,
I believe you.
When your like big statement has a very provable lie just straight there, what can you do? What can you do?
Many sides. Oh,
but hey, that spin.
I forgot that because I don't have the umbrella yet. That hitting things hurts my hand. In a Hat in Time.
Well, good.
Hi there, young one. I am from
But yeah, it is kind of strangely refreshing to just have a bargain bin normal, even just in general for games, just a normal fucking controversy.
Yeah.
Rather than the usual shit that we're dealing with.
Speaking of Ezra Miller.
Uh-oh.
Well, he hasn't done anything more that we know of, but
you can prove.
We've proven. But they're still going forward with the Flash, and the movie's coming out a week earlier now. Because they are convinced it's going to be the only DC film that people will actually like.
No one's gonna fucking watch it.
I'm sure someone will.
I mean, I'm sure a few people will just be like, all right, I gotta see this.
Do you think it'll do as well as Morbius?
I mean, it might do better than Morbius, but I don't think it's going to. I'm pretty sure it's still going to bomb and lose the money.
Oh yeah, definitely. Considering all the money they spent on keeping this guy around for some fucking reason.
What could possibly
because this is like the only movie that the director looked in the pile of DC movies they shot that he actually thinks will make money.
Yeah, basically.
So and
to be fair, he's a very smart businessman. I mean, he's only made great decisions. I'm not being sarcastic. You're being sarcastic.
Can't prove that.
He's right. You can't prove it.
You're right.
This is my sarcastic voice. That was muttered under my breath.
Crap. Oh, cool. I already unlocked the sprint hat. Because I am not immediately running to the goal. I am picking up stuff so I can get, it's a collectathon. So, only makes sense to just grab shit so I can get stuff a little earlier. But, oh, this is a small thing. And honestly, well, I'll probably mention the results for this just because I'm interested in this one just because no matter what, I think the results will be funny. So, I honestly wasn't even going to talk about Game Awards shit, probably even after the results. But there's one funny thing going on with the Player's Choice.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's been this, like, might as well just be a gang war between, Genshin fans and, Sonic Frontiers fans. And, it's turned into, like, this big bot thing that's been fucking hilarious to just watch. But what's interesting to me... Now, this happened with Halo Infinite, but what didn't happen with Halo Infinite, where, they botted to get there, is... So, Halo Infinite did that, and they didn't really care or do anything about it. But what's interesting to me is the fact that they've removed the results screen now. Like, they removed it, like a few days, like 2 days before, they're gonna put up the results the day of this recording's being made. And I'm curious to see what happens because there's three things I think could happen, and one's funnier and one is, would be kind of funny. The funniest one that I want to happen is, I kind of want them to be like, oh my god, can you believe it? God of War won, because God of War was doing really bad on the poll, probably because I mean, it's on like a lot of nominations, so a lot of God of War fans don't really give a shit, because I mean, they're gonna sweep, so why care? But I want to see if like they do that, or otherwise it's gonna be either Genshin or Frontiers, and either way it's funny. Genshin's funny because they get bribed by the game to vote, because if they win, they get points towards making pools in their gambling addiction game. So I want to see how this goes, just for how ludicrous I think this could end up. And that's really all there is to this with me. I really want to see how it goes. And also, of course, obviously, you know, no matter what happens at the end of this, people will be mad, and that's always funny to watch.
Everyone likes the waifu game, I guess.
I will say it is funny, though, that the game came out back in 2020, and it's in the running this year for some fucking reason.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like,
it's an old game.
Yeah, it's like 2 years old. Why is it in contention for this year? It's not. I mean, I guess they get like updates, but I mean, why isn't World of Warcraft up for thing every year? That shit's been like running for decades.
Yeah, like it's kind of hilarious, honestly. I genuinely don't know, but I am, like I said, I am interested to see how this plays out, because it's gonna be funny regardless.
Cautiously optimistic.
I'm not optimistic shit. I like I said, God of War is kind of what I want it to be, because it'd be just really funny and blatant. And I want to see how blatant they are, because like they weren't like last year, they weren't as blatant as they were with like say The Last of Us 1. And I just want to see in that regard, and also because I want to laugh at people getting mad, because that's always funny. Because I mean, like that's really the only reason I even follow the awards, is mainly just to see people get mad.
Makes sense.
That's really the only reason I care to even look at it, is because, hey, I like to make the predictions as cynically as possible because it's funny, and hey, maybe one day they'll break my expectations. No. But I just kind of enjoy the spectacle and, like, people getting angry over something really stupid.
You got my camera? Wow, thanks, kid.
Well, hopefully it'll be funny. I'm kind of expecting it to just sort of pass by.
Oh, I mean,
almost irrelevantly, because you know,
well,
awards, who gives a shit?
The way that there will be a fight with the results this year is specifically if God of War does sweep and Elden Ring doesn't get anything, because I've already noticed both those fan bases kind of side-eyeing each other a little bit. If they split it between the two and they both get shit, I don't think there will be much of a kerfuffle. But if only one, like if God of War like runs away with everything, then it'll be funny. So I kind of want God of War to run away with everything because it'll be funny. I know I'm an evil person. I want chaos and destruction to happen.
At least you're honest.
Hey, at least I'm an honest villain. These days, people pretend that they're not a villain while doing various evil things.
Looking at you, Panda CEO.
Yeah.
Yeah, his statement was just to go back to it. His statement was just all a bunch of like, oh, woe is me.
Nintendo statement on it was pretty bad too.
But I mean, they basically said, yeah, we had nothing to do with this thing that we did.
That reminds me, actually, one of the things I did see before recording today. Speaking of like Nintendo shit, so now I've cracked on Did You Know Gaming before, because you know I don't know if they still do, but at one point they were stealing footage from people without giving credit.
Yeah, sounds like them.
But one of their videos on a I think it was on a Zelda game that didn't come out, like something like Hyrule Heroes. It was like a tactic game or something like that. And they did a video on it, on this proposed game that didn't happen, and Nintendo had it taken down. And they're looking to try and get it back up. That one's interesting because between that and Panda, it's kind of funny how much they're just kind of throwing shit at people.
Yeah.
And someone made a joke saying, "Oh man, I can't wait for the Game Awards because you know what this means? This means they're gonna show off Zelda footage." And you know what? They might not be wrong.
Probably.
Like, that might actually be 100% accurate. Let's see. Ah. This is what I want. I also got my first hat badge thingy, because, I mean, I want those.
Yeah, I've never played Hat in Time. It's a game I've wanted to, but just, you know, when can you find... There's so much other stuff to do
There's a
these
lot
days.
of games, like, honestly. This was one that I bought when it came out, because this was, like, one that I was big on. And I've been kind of wanting to replay it for a while, so I figured why not, like, do it like this. There's also a DLC that I haven't played, so at some point I'm going to buy that DLC and also play that on the recording. Because, I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not?
I've been wanting to replay it. It's a perfect time to do that. It's a perfect time to, like, just put down the money for the DLC and finally just fucking do it.
Why not indeed?
And it's kind of like honestly, after, like, the last couple of games that we were playing, I wanted to play something more laid back and chill. And, like, some of the games that I was playing on my own.
I have seen those meme videos. She do be vibing.
She do be vibing. I mean, you'd probably hate Mustache Kid's voice, though.
Oh, yeah, almost definitely. I've never heard it, but now that you said that, yeah, fuck that. That'll be that'll be next on the list after Ned.
I'll read in my impression of her voice.
Well, your voice is grating enough, so no thank
when
you.
going over there, just avoid eye contact with the Mafia and you'll be fine. Good luck, fellow rebel.
Yeah, that does sound awful. I hate it. I hate you.
Listen, I hate me too, so that doesn't mean shit
That's
to me.
pretty bad. But is it worse than Ned, though?
No, I said it's second on the list after Ned.
Oh, well.
Ned has a special place on my hate list. He knows what he did. He existed. Fucking Ned.
Fucking Ned. But yeah, I kind of wanted just a kind of a chill game. Because I've also been playing, like I said, I played through Gungrave, which is very fast-paced, intense, and I was just like, I want to fucking just chill when we're talking.
Oh yeah, Callisto Protocol is apparently also not great.
Oh yeah, I got a friend of
So
mine
that's-
who's really into Dead Space, and they are so fucking disappointed with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard for me to talk about it as someone who's not really a Dead Space fan. I just know that it apparently has, like, weird melee combat. Also has I also know the plot twist. I won't say it in recording.
I haven't heard a plot twist. I just, as I said, it was a game I was looking forward to because it's like I like Dead Space 1 and 2. I want more of games like that. That's, you know, good aesthetic, good I mean, I kind of think it's impressive how good original Dead Space still looks in some parts.
Yeah, I will say original Dead Space looks pretty good visually. Like when I've seen like footage of the old game still. Honestly, the thing is, a lot of games hold up fine, which is why I think sometimes remastering visuals is kind of silly. Because sometimes I'm like, these still look good. What are you doing? There's no point. This is stupid. Barrel battle.
But yeah, that's disappointing. So, oh well. Just continue to be a disappointing winter game season for me. I
mean,
Bayonetta
honestly,
fine.
I mean, like I said, I've been pretty lucky. This year in general has been like a lot of big games for me. So I'm kind of looking forward to, as weird as it's gonna sound, I'm looking forward to next year being less. Because I can also go back to games that I missed this year and play those. And even go back into my backlog more. I actually did start like touching some of my backlog back when I wasn't sure if River City Girls was coming out this year or not. And I started at this point, I think my 5th playthrough of Fallout New Vegas.
Hey, it's the good Fallout game. Why is it the good Fallout game? Because it wasn't made by Bethesda.
Correct! It is a very good game. It's still, and I will say this, it still is, as I'm replaying it again for the millionth time. The one difference with this playthrough, though, is I am actually going to replay the DLC. Which I haven't done since my first playthrough.
So I'm reminding myself what's actually come out this year. So.
Oh, like stuff that you played this year, or.
Yeah.
That's actually because I knew it was going to be a big year for me. That was actually why I started jotting down Game of the Year candidates like at the start of the year. because I knew the lineup and was like, yeah, there's a lot of possibilities, and I didn't want to forget shit and do what I usually do each year, which is where I look through my library and try to figure out what the fuck came out that year.
I mean, I know probably the game I would have to actually put as my game of the year would almost assuredly have to be like Elden Ring, just because it is probably the game I played the most.
I mean, that's fair.
It's, a really good game.
It's not on mine because I just haven't played it. I might get it, like, I'm gonna get it at some point when it's on sale, since I'm not, like, a Souls-like fan. But, I do want to try it at some point, because it does look... some of the stuff that I've seen in it looks pretty fun, so, some point.
I got to have fun by playing a punch, doing just a pure fist run on that.
Nice.
Which, is sucky for a few bosses. But... Oh, right, Evil West, that's a game I'm kind of interested in.
Yeah, that's
looking
another
at.
one that I want to get. At some point, I want to get Evil West. It looks fun. I probably, if Gungrave didn't come out when it did, I probably would have bought Evil West. And then, again, if River City Girls was not... If basically, I was getting ready to actually buy the game before River City Girls announced that it was coming out this year. Because I was like, alright... since I'm not buying River City Girls, I got the money to buy this game for myself before the holidays. And, well, no. River City Girls is coming out, so Evil West is on the backlog probably for something I'll play next year.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because like I said, next year looks like it's a light year for me.
Oh, yeah, I guess technically... I don't know, I remember Destroy Humans 2 came out, and it's like...
Oh, yeah, it did, didn't it?
I would put that on list, but then it's like, it's so fundamentally the same game as it was as as PS2 one, and that's fine, because I really like that game, but then just feels like, but it's not a new game. It's not by my own personal rules for myself, it's not different enough.
Yeah, because we all have our own rules for it. There's no unified rule for each one of us. It's just...
Oh yeah, Shredder's Revenge. I'll put that on my thing.
Yeah, that's on
list.
my list of candidates right now. I haven't fully solidified positions yet, but I do have candidates as possible ones and ones that kind of I think aren't going to be in the top 10, but maybe I'll mention them. But yeah, yeah, this year, for me, this year was good, and like I said, I'm looking forward to next year being kind of light. So I can focus on other things, or just, not buy a bunch of video games again.
Oh yeah, oh right, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Yeah, that was a good game. I saw there was Digimon Spy, but I was like, wait, there was a game I remember buying, and that was why I didn't get Digimon Spy before I knew what it was. Right, yeah, it was Xenoblade 3. Which, pretty good.
I heard Xenoblade 3 is good. I haven't played it, but I've heard it's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't know if I will or not, because 2 I enjoyed watching it more than playing it, if that makes sense.
I think 2, from my recent playthrough, which I did in preparation for Xenoblade 3, 2 just has a really bad first, whereas most JRPGs kind of have a really slow first hour, 2 hours, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has a really slow first sort of 4 or 5 hours.
Damn.
And by the time you actually get to the stuff where it's oh, okay, it's kicking off. It's I think my first playthrough, I kind of stopped just before the point where I go, okay, yeah, the game's picking up pace now. Finally,
most of the combat wasn't really clicking with me.
Yeah, I will say none of the Xenoblades have great combat.
So because I it feels like MMO combat, which rarely is something that I enjoy.
Yeah, it's very similar to that.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Trails to Azure came out this year, technically, sort of. I'll count it.
Is it coming out?
Well, it already came out this year. Trails to Zero, sorry, I meant.
Oh, I was gonna say I didn't think Azure was for a while.
Yeah, I was a little
yeah,
confused too. I was like, wait, what?
You know, because once Azure comes out, they can get to work on the actual modern games. And that stuff that's over a decade old that I've already played in fan translations and don't really feel like playing again.
Well, I hadn't.
Well, you should have been with it.
No. Fuck you. I'll go my own way.
Go
Oh
your
yeah,
own
she's
way.
dead. Yeah, she's dead. The one of the main people from Fleetwood Mac.
Aw.
When did she die?
A week ago. Something like that. It was pretty recent. Oh yeah, Resident Evil Reverse. That's the game that everyone was talking about and cares so much for.
I don't even remember it. I'm not even kidding. Like, I don't have a mental image right now.
Yeah, that's for the best.
Like, this isn't even like a bit. I genuinely don't.
All right, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Oops, forgot about that.
How could you forget about the best game?
What the fuck is Marvel's Midnight Suns anyway? Because I like
I don't
saw it was
know.
on.
I've seen it on Steam, and that's about it.
I've seen stuff, and I even watched the trailer, and I was like, okay, but what is this game?
A game.
Like, it doesn't show any gameplay, and I'm like, what is it? How can I be expected to like guess what? To, like, you know, decide? Oh yeah, I'll play this game if I don't know what it is.
I have no earthly idea, to be honest with you.
Oh shit! Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion comes out on the 13th. Did not appreciate that.
I forgot about that.
Which means Genesis.
Genesis.
We gotta go through that again.
Genesis.
You know he's coming back, Sabo.
Uh,
You know
Yeah.
he's coming.
Maybe
but
he'll-
Gak isn't popular anymore.
Maybe
It won't.
maybe he'll come back and he'll be in Wutai.
I mean, they are using the original cast instead of the new cast. I think for the. Well, they're just using the old audio track, but still,
Yeah.
it means Zack is still played by Endless Mike and that guy who accused Shia LaBeouf of being on drugs in Transformers.
Well, good.
Actual cannibal, Shia LaBeouf.
Fuck me. Alright, that reminds me, Indy 5, they released a trailer for it. I didn't watch because I saw that it was called The Dial of Destiny. And I was like, wow, what an awful name for a movie that shouldn't exist. That your own star is like, yeah, this probably shouldn't exist. And it's like, yeah, I really want to watch an 80-year-old man who can't do fucking action scenes be hastily edited around action scenes. Fucking hell. The Dial of Destiny. Dial D for Destiny. Oh no, whoops, you dialed D for Dick.
What do we do with eyewitness? Teach a lesson, boys.
Oh. Just looking at what's coming out next year. Just so I can refresh myself.
I mean, yeah, especially a whole fucking year, it can be,
Oh no. Dan, I just read the title of the Legend of Zelda game and it's giving me PTSD. I'm in mourning. Tears of the Kingdom.
Yep. That's the name.
And that's why they couldn't have a UK Nintendo UK stream for that game.
Yes.
Oh well. All right, Sabo. Vaguely speaking of trailers, there was another trailer for the Northern War.
As opposed to the last one we saw.
Yeah, there's a new trailer. Talking more about the original, the characters Donut Steel.
Ah, yes, that person.
But there were more shots of Valimar.
I mean, that's really what everyone's watching for.
Yeah. It's very much the out of the way you. For me, every time Valimar's not on screen, I just say, "Where's Valimar?"
I mean, I'm not expecting it to be impressive mecha action since
Yeah.
he has the only robot.
Yeah.
So it's just him like cutting down airships with a sword, which I guess is cool. But
I just want like 1 or 2 good gifts that you can get, and then and then use that to trick people. Haha, you're playing. Haha, I tricked you. This game is not like that. Like what people have done to me in the past.
You fool.
You might say it's a vicious cycle, but
More of a square, honestly. Oh, that's why I just beat
I
up
do
the
wonder,
mafia
I
with
do wonder
throwing
if they're going
barrels
to show
at
the
me.
part where he goes crazy and kills everyone.
well, you have to kill everyone. Well, if you don't kill everyone, they'll just tell people about what you've done. Like if you're gonna commit murder, you might as well go whole hog and make sure that no one can,
Yeah, but this is Reen,
tie it back to you.
not Van. Reen is like, oh no, that one evil terrorist who just tried to spend the last half a game trying to murder us committed suicide. I feel so bad.
Well, but was he an evil terrorist, Sabo?
A bunch of losers.
Yeah, I mean that is true. In the end, they kind of
Yeah.
were proven right.
Do you have a name?
Turns out you
I mean,
shouldn't trust.
I mean, he was helping the nobles though.
That's cool.
Mm.
You're a less talk, more fighting kind of girl, I take it. That thing you grabbed there.
Oh yeah, any updates on Rooster Teeth's apparent imminent implosion?
No, just that they're still hemorrhaging employees, and there's very little word on anything, and people are starting to think that Ruby is never going to get its conclusion.
Oh, too bad. So sad.
I mean, I would have cared 5 years ago, but now I'm just let it burn. Let it all burn. Let it
Roast
churn
it.
Monty
Burn
Owen
to the
in
ground.
grave.
Roast these chestnuts on this open fire.
I did for giggles watch the H Bomber guy video on Ruby.
Oh yeah.
It was it actually only really talked about the first 3 seasons. It was nothing like super like I think of like jumps out at me, but it's kind of funny though that it's kind of the similar conclusion that I had where I was just like, yeah, there's some fun stuff. Shame it's kind of meh.
Like I've said before, the main thing about Ruby is I think it gets a lot of value off of the idea, off of basically it's just its gimmick,
Yeah.
which is more or less that hey look it's anime, but if an anime was made by
Texas.
one dude,
Well, one guy doing
And-
the fight scenes and then 2 guys writing the story, and yeah.
Are you ready to take
but basically just that hey look it's homegrown anime kind of vibe to it,
go over the
which it was, and
Yeah.
as I said there was an appeal to it in that sense, but I don't know, the more you try and like pretend to elevate and make it seem grander than it is, the more it's like this is just basically every sort of trope you would expect. Like if you're putting it like in the context of or put it next to other anime, it's like well there is nothing super special about it.
Yeah. Like honestly, like I said, I primarily just kind of enjoyed it for the novelty and just watching the really well animated fight scenes.
But first,
Then they're gone.
Yeah, they are gone.
once we find and dethrone the
But yeah, it's funny just how like it exists still, but like the people that own it clearly, or well, technically, well, not really own it because it's owned by Warner Brothers, but like the people that make it clearly don't want to.
can be found around Mafia Town and used to stitch new hats if you're cropped.
You know what?
I've collected.
A quick topic for like sort of end of the year, but you know what I'm really hoping for my Christmas miracle? Anyone want to take a guess?
No.
Avatar 2 to bomb.
I mean, I would like that, but I don't think it will.
I'm hoping.
I want it to, but I don't think it will.
Hoping that when it comes out, they're going to be like, you're like 20 years too late, man.
I would love it to end up to be like another Morbius, to be honest. That's what I would like, but I don't think so.
Yeah,
But then,
I mean,
like-
I don't think anything can be like Morbius.
But then, like,
Mor-
it needs
Mor-
to.
Morbius was so bad they were making up stuff that didn't happen in the movie that people actually wished happened in the movie.
Morbius is more fun to joke about than it is to actually ever even consider watching.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I don't know. I kind of think, considering they're saying shit like, "Oh, Avatar 2 needs to make $1 billion to break even." I wonder, is there even like remotely that much of an interest in a, property that's 11 years old and has been dormant for those 11 years?
The only reason I
completely?
don't think it'll bomb is because of like hero fatigue, but I could be wrong, and I would love to be wrong.
I think the only reason why it might not bomb is just because what else is it competing against this in December this
Yeah.
year? It's like December's been pretty dominated by Disney releases, and Disney's hardly going to release a Star Wars movie to compete with this other sci-fi property.
They're not?
That they're now being forced to. No, if they were at Ubisoft, then definitely yes. Because that's what Ubisoft loves doing,
It's
competing
true.
with themselves.
So does Square, honestly. They've had like 2 months this year that I can remember where they released like a game every week. Because they did it back in February, and I think they did it like either as October or November. They also did that, and it's just kind of silly.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
know.
I refuse to watch anything actually related to Avatar 2, and I have no idea if it's going to be good or not. I mean, it can't be that much worse than the original. Well, I say that the original's not even bad. It's just one of the most boring, bland things ever made.
It's just generic.
It's like Sam Worthington was not the person to fucking bet on to be the big name, I would say.
No. But yeah, I don't really have any plans on watching it either. Because, I mean, why? Why would I?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't enjoy it, so why would I watch it?
Exactly. But I also do. But the main reason I want it to fail is another blow to Disney is always good. But also because James Cameron's just kind of been a bit of a smug prick about and saying a lot of shit.
Oh,
recently,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like,
That's,
yeah, if
honestly,
you
more
fucking-
so than anything else, just because James Cameron specifically, I would love to see them take a little bit of humble pie. It'd be fun. Because they need to be taken down a peg.
Definitely.
Or 7.
But it's okay because if Avatar 2 doesn't make its money, they'll just re-release it again to artificially inflate its earnings.
They would never do that. This is sarcasm.
Never, you say. Well, what if I told you, Dan, that never is now?
Oh. But,
Remember when they tried that with Infinity War specifically to beat Avatar?
oh yeah, which is funny because they own both, so why?
They own it now. At the time,
Oh, they did
own
at
it.
the time, you're right.
No, yeah, at the time they didn't, and it didn't even fucking work. Is the funniest thing.
That is really funny.
It's slimy space alien. Mafia's a spaceship.
But also, I don't know. The thing with the main reason Avatar, the first one made the fuckloads of money is it rode so hard on the visual effects and the experience, and it's like the shit don't fly no more.
Yeah, people are just... it doesn't
No-
really have the effect it did back in the day.
No one cares about fucking 3D. When was the last time you even saw a movie advertised for being in 3D, let alone watched one?
It's been I don't think I've ever really watched one, to be honest. But yeah, it's been a long time since any films were in, like, in 3D or advertised with it. Remember, like, when that was, like, the big fad and, like, a bunch of video games had 3D?
I mean, I'm not...
Like,
I
Sonic
can't-
Generations had it. I know Dynasty Warriors 7 had it.
Oh yeah, now I'm starting to remember. But yeah, it's like... I don't know, I just don't think any of the stuff that that Avatar managed to ride off on is that relevant. It's like for a lot of people, James Cameron is just the Avatar guy, not like any of the other things. Like, that's the reason why
Any of
Avatar
the
got.
much better films that he's made.
Yeah, and also Titanic.
And
He
also
did
Titanic,
make
I guess.
Titanic. Man, call me cynical and jaded, but I just don't like that movie.
I
It's nothing
didn't
I
really either.
hate about it, but it's such fucking sappy bullshit about a real tragedy that happened.
Yeah, I can't really say that I care for it, but I don't know, maybe I'm the wrong person to talk about it.
And it's because I just did not give a shit about the love story. And you just sat there and they're saying, "Oh no, I must drown myself to let you live," and it's like there's room on. Everyone said this. You could both get on the fucking door or whatever it is.
No,
Just move over, you selfish bitch.
no, I need the leg room. I need the man spread. I just kind of got taken aback by the fact that I'm making a joke about man spreading while I'm playing this fucking game. Playing a children's game with children.
You took your time.
Like, just the absurdity kind of hit me.
Yeah, sure, because children don't swear more than we do.
I mean, yeah, they swear. They usually just be like, "Oh, you fucking bastard!" Like that kind of shit.
I remember the school days where, as soon as the teacher's not looking, not within earshot, fuck this, fuck that, you fucking cunt.
There wasn't a lot of fucks when I was little. The fucks didn't start showing up until middle school.
Well, the fucks start coming, they don't stop coming.
And they don't stop coming, they don't stop coming. Coming, I'm coming.
Dan, I can't believe you came while playing this children's game.
But they never
How could you?
came. Why wouldn't they
could you?
come?
I don't know. You know what? With all this like Hollywood trying to cash in on meme shit, I'm amazed Shrek hasn't come back. Or like a Shrek
I think
remake
they
or
were
something.
talking about doing a new Shrek, actually. Because Illumination
Yeah.
owns it. They're the ones who own it now.
All right, there was a new Mario Brothers trailer.
Oh yeah, there was. And
Anyway,
man, Chris Pratt really can read words on a piece of paper, and same thing with Peach's voice actor.
Peach's one seems fine.
We only think they're
I think
fine because they don't
Pratt
sound like
is-
because they don't sound like, "Oh, it's me, Peachy."
I don't think anyone thinks Pratt sounds fine.
It's I like I have the perfect description for what his Wahoo sounds like. So his Wahoo, because it goes like this Wahoo. It kind of like trails off at the end. It sounds like Mario has been like spending all day like going like a press tour. Maybe like it's just like after one of the games finished, and he's like going on a press tour. He's doing like all these interviews, and this one kid like walks up to him and goes, "Mario, say the line, say Wahoo!" And like as he like blinks one eye at a time, exhausted, just goes Wahoo! Yeah!
Say the line, Mario. Wahoo.
And
Let's a go.
that's what
And
it
yeah, you
seems
think-
like.
Really, he couldn't have got anyone else. I don't even
Yeah,
hate Chris.
but he's in Marvel.
I don't even hate Chris Pratt on
Actually-
principle.
Actually, to be fair. So one thing I did learn about it because of Charlie Day talking about this. So apparently, when they were going into the voicing, because Nintendo is weird and Nintendo is Nintendo, they didn't give the voice actors or the actors any context for what was going on, and just told them to say lines and make several takes, and then they would take the best take.
The mafia
Seems insane. Why would Nintendo insist on that? Also, why would Nintendo be involved?
Remember,
in shit like that?
Miyamoto's in the room with them. He's been heavily involved in the movie.
actual dinner up here and swap the
Mm.
food before anybody eats the mafia.
Well, I'm sure it will make a lot of money.
I'm fairly certain someone would die.
Just also sure.
Oh, it'll make
probably-
money. It's a fucking Mario movie. And like visually, it
Oh
looks,
yeah, because the other Mario movie made bank.
and also because it's after the Sonic one, so people are more willing to watch it. Because the Sonic one did pretty well.
Yeah, I saw Sonic 2. It's alright. It's fine. You know, it's as good as a sequel you can really get for Sonic.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm sure I'll see the movie, and I'm sure it will be, checks notes, enjoyable. That's the word.
It'll be
But-
a film that you watch.
It'll be something that can be described as a movie that I will watch. Yes, but I'm just gonna, you know, I'll take the. I might, you know, get it. I might even purchase it at home specifically so my nieces can watch it because the oldest is big on Mario at the moment.
Makes sense. There's no joke, it
So-
just makes sense.
No, yeah, I mean, if you joked about my nieces, I'd break your fucking neck. They're precious little angels, and I would kill you, and I would kill anyone who would ever hurt them, physically or mentally.
See, I don't know them, so I wouldn't even be able to make jokes about them if I wanted to.
Exactly. Anyway, just as long as we're all on the same page.
Like, come on, I need material to work with, like, jeez. The only thing I know is that you called one of them a rat.
Oh, yeah, right. I called her out for being a snitch.
Yeah. That's not all I know.
Snitches get stitches. You gotta tell them. You gotta make sure they're aware of this at an early age.
Before it becomes a problem.
Like you don't want to be, you know, the person who brought the next Johnny the Squealer into the world.
Hey, Johnny Typeless, what's your opinion on this situation?
Oh, is it Frankie the Squealer?
Yeah, Frankie the Squealer. Johnny Typeless, what's your...
Johnny Tightlips.
Frankie the... We've narrowed it down between Johnny Tightlips and Frankie the Squealer.
All right, I admit it. It was me. I love squealing. Johnny Tightlips, where'd they hit you? I ain't saying nothing. What should I tell the doctor? Tell him to suck a lemon.
I was just watching Johnny Tightlips clips the other day. I will say that when the clips transition to the newer season, I'm like, man, they really, for some reason, don't understand how simple of a joke Johnny Tightlips is somehow.
You ain't saying nothing. That's the joke.
Like, they'll have him talk way too much about how he ain't saying nothing. You just have him go, I ain't saying nothing. Sure, that's yours. Sure, that's yours. I don't know. Like, you could just done that, like, rather than him just going off for a bit. Like, no. But then again, it's Modern Simpsons, so, you know.
I try not to watch Modern Simpsons.
Oh, this is just an clip thing that I was watching. So it's kind of just part of the collection that I was looking at. Unfortunately. And it was interspersed with the classic ones, too. You know, that way they can trick you into watching it. Bastards. Actual fucking monsters.
It is you. Ever since you landed in Mafia Town,
Also,
Ugh.
speaking of Mario, a fat Italian man with a mustache and a big hat is now talking to me in a very, very specific accent.
You don't know that he's Italian.
It's true.
the most powerful man
He could be Swedish,
ever witnessed.
Exactly.
Polish, French.
Portuguese. Do you know what a Portuguese accent sounds like?
Yes, actually.
No, okay then. So you've been to Portugal.
No, I just know people. I've just, you know, because I work with retail, I've met people from Portugal.
Go travel all the way over from Portugal and go to New Jersey.
Yubi's.
How sad.
Honestly, yeah. Whenever I see like people, like tourists, go to New Jersey, I'm like, why?
Why would you go here? Don't you have garbage dumps at home?
Right?
I just always think of the one clip from Futurama of looking at that part of their apartment hunting, and they see that, and they look at it one, and it's like, okay, what's wrong with it? Nothing, except we're ever so slightly in New Jersey. Smash cut to, not even one place remotely livable.
I remember that. God, one of these days I'm gonna sit down and watch some of the old, like, pre-Comedy Central seasons, basically.
Just the first four. That's it. You always appreciate a joke about your own home, especially if it's oddly specific.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I have to wear gloves at the moment because if I have my hand on my mouse, it is so cold, my hand starts to freeze.
Fair.
No, it's not fair, actually. It's very unfair.
I don't know. I think it's pretty
Fucking
fair.
Putin. Fucking Putin, man. You know, it was one thing when we were just all having fun, and it's like, well, now your war has directly impeded my life. You prick. I've said before my theory that if I actually could be at fault for the Ukraine war, right?
I don't know if you have, but it's so insane. I want to hear it.
Well, it's because I had surgery that day, and I was unconscious. And while I was unconscious, that was when suddenly I woke up, like the next day after sleeping through everything, to find out we were at war, or there was a war, and I'm like, motherfucker,
I-
waited till I was out of action.
Did I do this?
Oh, I don't think I did it. I think he was like, quick, trains asleep, go, 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 go.
Start the war. Fire the missiles!
It was very oddly timed. I'm just saying.
But I'm late tired. Alright, take a nap. Then fire the missiles! That's an old fucking joke.
Ah, yes, that video.
Oh no, the mustache kid just stole one of my timepieces.
Anyway, are they some sort of
Motherfucker.
nerds? Are they some sort of wait.
Well,
Huh?
yeah, I got nothing to add to that. As I said, I do want to play this game, but also I'm very lazy.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, and it goes on sale a decent bit, so... Especially while on computer, but I don't know what you'd play it on.
Know about this.
It might be I mean, if it's on the Switch, it might actually be the kind of ideal game for us with the Switch.
I think it is.
Yeah, I'm on my Switch already. I guess I can go and look it up.
We can make it so that
I know it's definitely on the PlayStation 4.
that one time.
Yeah, makes sense. It's just one of those things where I prefer to.
This would
get
definitely
certain-
be a Switch game for you, basically.
No.
Yeah,
We can make it so the mafia never.
I don't know. I prefer platformers on the Switch.
We could be
Just in general, I don't know. I can't even say why because it's not even like I take my Switch with me.
Yeah, my Switch, primarily, it's either for exclusives or for mobile, though the mobile thing's kind of going out because I'm debating getting myself a Steam Deck.
You have all this power, and you're not gonna use it to
Fair enough.
evil.
But I mean, like I said, I do still get it for exclusives. And, like, I think the Switch game next year the only one I know of next year that I want is Fire Emblem, because of course I do.
Oh yeah, it's on Switch.
If you're not gonna use them to fight,
You can even get the Ultimate Edition.
will.
It comes with Seal the Deal and Yakuza Metro.
You
Oh, it's a pun on Yakuza and yeah.
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
yep. There are a lot of puns in this. I mean, like, literally the DLC, first DLC is Seal the Deal because of the seals, and there's, like, a whole, like, contract side thing that came out with it, too.
Makes sense.
Well, also, Mustache Girl stole half of my money.
Bitch.
Right? It's like, oh, you're not going to use your timepieces that you own in a way that I want you to? Fuck you, I'm going to rob you. And I'm also going to try and steal your stuff that you're trying to pick up.
Steal yo shit.
Yeah. Which sucks that I also had a lot of pawns because, you know, I was grabbing stuff. I forgot that she does that. If I knew that, I wouldn't have been collecting so much bullshit.
What a hoe.
Right?
Stuff is now mine.
Yours, mine.
It's like death at the beginning of Symphony of the Night.
You're not wrong.
Just hey, I'm taking all your stuff.
Better than, I mean, it's better than just forgetting all of our stuff all the time. Oh no, I've learned how to morph ball for the like 14th time.
No, my power-ups.
Quick, Sora, you have to relearn everything from the start so you can remember the power of waking again.
And then it turns out he just had the power of waking inside him all along.
All along.
Went to all these Disney worlds for no reason.
I'm gonna do one more mission, then we'll end it for today.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
One day I'll play Kingdom Hearts 3. I have it. I own it. I just haven't played it, because I have that, collection of all of the fucking games that came out, like, a few years ago.
I mean, I played it once, and then I'm like, yeah, I feel no need to ever play this ever again.
I mean, I haven't
Yeah,
played
but-
it once, so...
Was it you, child? No? Mafia
It's like, do you want to go through the random Disney shenanigans again? No, not really. I kind of want to just get to the story stuff. Well, that's at the very end.
The funny thing is, the Disney shenanigans are my favorite parts of Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah, but it's... By Kingdom Hearts 3, you're like, we really shouldn't be wasting our time with this.
But that's still what I prefer. Look, I'm gonna be honest, that's what I prefer. Because, like, the actual story is just kind of not good.
I mean, I think the story is the best
It's more that
part.
it's more that most of the other original characters are better than Sora and more interesting, so...
It's unfortunate that he
It's
doesn't
like,
like them anyway.
That's not
So
true.
it's like,
He-
hey, you get to spend the majority of the game just reenacting Disney plots with Sora.
Like I said, that's
To be fair-
what I enjoy, though.
That is kind of what Kingdom Hearts has, made its.
I think I'd rather just wish the other characters did stuff.
They're
Those
not
parts
going to.
and didn't just cease to exist until it's time for the end. Like,
Well, maybe what they should have done is they should have used some of those fucking side games to give the other characters more stuff to actually do.
Hey, remember when Kairi had her own game and she's not even playable in her own game?
No.
it's amazing how little he seems to get that people want Kyrie to do stuff, and he's like, nah, nobody cares about Kyrie.
Oh, right. I actually think I can take a guess as to what's going to get announced at the Game Awards.
Not sure. This will be hilariously dated either way or another when this comes out. By the way, the reason I've been
Elden Ring
slow on
deal.
upload is my net's been really funny in the last like couple weeks.
Oh, I assumed it's just because you were lazy.
No, I actually been trying to, and then like my net dies.
You're just there, like, must upload!
Pretty much. We're hoping to get an upgrade sometime, and I'm hoping that we get an upgrade sometime in the future, but I don't know if we will. Anyway,
Just hope internet up, man, does not get fucking. Anyway, I think Elden Ring DLC, like inevitable DLC, will get announced at the Game Awards.
hold on one second.
Uh-oh.
Because you were cutting out a bit, I'm gonna try something.
I think it's my fault.
You think it's you? Okay,
Yeah, sorry.
fair enough.
Anyway, I was just saying, I'm pretty sure Elden Ring's DLC, inevitable DLC, will get announced at the Game Awards.
Probably.
Like, they've just had a free update, and it's been like one of the biggest games of the year. Dark Souls, all of them, and Bloodborne all had DLC. Sekiro probably did.
Well, my prediction for something that's going to get announced at Game Awards is generic FPS game number 47, War Edition.
Maybe we'll actually get some Spider-Man 2 footage.
Maybe we'll get another, and I really hope so. Maybe we'll get another fucking zombie shooter. I really want another zombie shooter right now.
I
Jonesing.
don't think I do. When is the Game Awards anyway? So I know
It's
not
today.
to watch it.
Hey, like today, how this
Oh,
recording,
well.
yeah.
Oh, it's fine. I'm easy enough to remember to not watch it.
Right?
Glad that you cleared that up for me so I can remember not to watch it.
I mean,
Otherwise, I might
don't-
have forgotten to not watch it. That would have been terrible, Dan.
I'm glad to be of service, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What are
So there's
friends
useful
for?
Friend is a strong word.
All right, you cunt.
Acquaintances.
All right, you cunt.
There we go.
Fuck you too, buddy.
Alright, that's the spirit.
But yeah, I haven't really. The only times I've watched the awards physically are like when I've been with other people, like friends, when I'm watching it, and that's really it. Like on my own, I've never really gone out of my way to watch it. The only thing I've ever done is after the awards have happened, look at the results for Chuckle. But usually, if people are mad enough, I'll see them anyway, and look at what stuff got announced. Because like Roller Drum got announced at the last year's Game Awards, and I was like, yeah, this game looks pretty good. Because I was able to, look up the stuff that got announced and cut out the middleman.
I fucking hate whenever you're like, oh, I'll watch this like trailer from the Game Awards, and then it like includes the stuff like the fucking the vapid soulless automatons they've got to present this, and they're saying, oh, here's this new thing. It's like, get off my fucking
Get off
screen.
here! I'm not here
Just
for you.
show me the announcement. Go, be gone, foul beast.
I just want to see the video game.
Why are you getting in my way?
Who told you were allowed to speak to me?
If you were on fire, I wouldn't piss on you to put you out. Be gone from my sight.
I like that you said that as I accidentally jumped into lava.
Well, I've already said it, so I won't do it.
The timing of that was a little too perfect.
Oh.
Alright, how do I get to that? Okay, that's how I get to it. It's easy enough. But, yeah, like I said, my main interest is, after it's done, see what they announced, and just kind of walk away after I see what I give a shit about. Not even, like, watch it, just look it up. It's kind of my way with E3, where I never, like, watch E3 shit. Like, why the fuck would I watch E3? That's stupid.
We'll never know.
I remember when I was young, I used to watch, like, everything E3. I was, like, really obsessed with looking at that shit, and,
Yeah, but to be fair, when you were young,
You
E3 was...
learned.
Well, no, when you were young, E3 was a widely different beast. A lot of it was basically just boring presentations about video games and then also gameplay stuff. Nowadays, it's like this whole fucking... like... sham. Like, we're having crap like, celebrities come out and introduce games and say bunch of pre-prepared bullshit lines.
so you're
and
saying is
random...
I preferred it when it was just boring presentations of video games.
Yeah, when it was just about the games, it's like, oh, there's a game I'm interested in. Now it's like, oh, but here's Keanu Reeves. He's going to talk about this character he plays or something. I don't know. Also, sponsored by Mountain Dew. And here's a car. Let's talk about. We'll just talk about things and his game, and it's all political, blah blah blah. And it's just like, just show me the fucking trailers, man. Fuck off.
Show me the Carfax.
And yeah, so it's just so much, pretending it's once again, it's the whole like making these things seem random
Seems
than
like
they
something that's
actually are.
important when it's like, I just want to play a video game, man. Like,
It's kind of like how
I know there's video games that make statements and stuff like that, and that's cool, and I have nothing against that, but I just want the video games to, be...
It's not even about games making a statement. It's just people will just say random shit
Say
that's completely
bullshit.
irrelevant. Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't care about your bullshit, I just want to see the video games.
And then yeah, it's kind of like how like things like Comic-Con are, where it's just all about these over-the-top presentations instead of just being, I don't know, an excuse for a bunch of weirdos to all hang out in a massive room for a few hours.
Yeah, actually, I think about it, I don't really even, like, give a shit about Comic-Con either.
It's like the only thing you care about Comic-Con for these days is the trailers and all this fucking pretend build-up they do for it. It's like, just drop the fucking trailer. Just give it, if the trailer's done and it's ready, just put it online and let people watch it. Like, you're going to get the free advertising of everyone going, here's the trailer breakdown, or 10 things you didn't know in this trailer that you might probably did already know, let's be honest.
But you saw, like, in 2 seconds, you're just like, what?
Yeah.
I love, honestly, I do have, like, when I'm really, really bored, I do have a strange fascination of looking at that stuff. Primarily because I want to see if any of them ever actually fucking pull something out that I didn't know. Usually they don't.
You did it! Small child saved Mafia Town!
But, you know, it's fun to see if they do. Occasionally it
It's like they-
happens.
It's like if a Marvel trailer drops, and then you'll get like like a dozen videos, and like here's the obscure Marvel character they're referencing with this. Like,
Bonus points when it's like one hell of a stretch.
oh, you want a hell of a stretch? I did find this out apparently. So, you know those random, Saber, you remember those random Yakuzas that Ronin beat up in Endgame? Oh no, he's dead.
Fuck!
No.
Oh, you don't remember? There were just a bunch of
No,
random.
no, I said I remember. You guys
Oh.
didn't hear that.
Yeah, okay, I didn't hear that. So anyway, yeah, one of them was the pilot of one of those Shogun Warriors that Marvel actually owns.
Really?
Yeah, allegedly, although they share the same name, and you think, man, why do that?
I don't think they even own the Shogun Warriors anymore.
No, they own one of them. Like, I think it's Red Ronin is one that's Marvel original.
Oh, okay.
They don't own the others, of course not, because they're, you know, Brave Raideen and Combatler and such.
I'm gonna be like, I don't think they own Combatler since Combatler was
No.
in Super World War
But-
30, and they didn't have to pay off Marvel for that to get in.
But like Red Ronin was it. Red Ronin is their original mecha that they never use. Apparently, the pilot of that is one of those random yakuza that Ronin beats up.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. But according to the wiki and a bunch of random YouTube bullshit made by Johnny YouTube, it's a bit of a weird thing. Every time I play like any kind of competitive game, you can see people's screen names. I always just picture the people trying to say that name as a YouTuber. It's like, hey, here's your boy Catman 69. Which was a bit funny because I saw a username that was like, here's your boy Steve or something. So I was thinking, oh no, he's gonna introduce himself as, hey guys, here's your boy Steve. Here's your boy Steve here. Anyway,
And that's why they wouldn't let anyone else become the Lich King in World of Warcraft.
makes sense.
Well, they said when Wrath of the Lich King eventually dropped, they're like, you know, we were thinking of a mechanic where the lead scorer in the fight against the Lich King would like become crowned the Lich King for like a week of in-game time, and then they realized, yeah, and then they showed a picture of like a gnome named Private Owns You So Hard in the Lich King garb, and they're like, yeah, and then we realized that would probably be a mistake.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is probably a really good spot to stop for today. Oh wait, I have enough to make another hat. Let me make a hat real quick. Which hat is this one? Oh, it's the witch's hat. I already have the witch's hat. That's pretty cool. This means I can throw bombs. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Come in next time for more timing of hats, I guess. I don't know. There's no real joke here.
I mean, now we have an even more excuse to say it's time to leave.
Yeah, get out.